Hello, my name's Howard Thomas, and today I'm going to be showing you what I've learned over the years is from the basis of from one simple object is the difference between points and polygons inside a computer-generated organic form modeling environment. Here on the screen, as you can see, there are 4 views. One view is a fully shaded area, which is in the top right-hand corner. So what I'm doing is stretching out. There's many tools available. So I've stretched out a box and I pulled it upwards, started off with a flat plane. Now I've opened up numeric pad and I've sliced it up using an area called segments. Now I've rotated it into a position. Now I've just grabbed a corner. I'm starting to pull on points. These are classed as points only. You can pull and stretch. You're pulling out on the points on all corners of the cube areas. Pick them out, stretch it out. It looks very bizarre and very sharp. So on this one side here, on the left hand side, I'm just pulling on the points to work them over there. Just on that one side. Now on the opposite side, on the right hand side of the other area of the cubes, I'm going to pull on polygons, which is one square I've highlighted there. That's a polygon, a 4-point square plane. All polygons, well, most of them in modeling, a 4-point square plane. I've clicked on it so you can highlight it and move it around with the mouse. So this is a different form of movement. So you can grab it from the sides, so you can highlight it and click on it and stretch it out. So your movement is more of a square form. Highlight a side. You can also click and run the mouse over it and highlight even 2, if not 3 sides together simultaneously. So you're pulling it out, so it's giving it more of a square form. Highlight, if we want to highlight the top, stretch it out. Now you're starting to get into, now we're getting out of that box shape. Rotate it around here. Now I want to get into something called extrude. Rotate around, adjust the polygon. Very interesting, bizarre shape. It's pulled around. Okay. Now then, from this area, we pull it out. Now we're extending, we're expanding out to something called extrude, which is ET. You know, ET, phone home, which is a shortcut on the keyboard. So now we're extending out a block, doing the same. We're extending out again, doing the same procedure. Now we're extending out from that square block. We're pulling out on a polygon. So we've highlighted a polygon and we can go either way. So I'm turning around here now. I'm stretching it out in the opposite direction. This type of effect here comes in very handy for things like tree branches, tree roots, horns. So I could show you some idea. So we're starting to pull out and we're extending. We're starting to get more of an organic, irregular shape. Now we're pulling on the points. We can adjust, looking directly facing. You see how it's squared out? So now with each area of the highlighted polygon, we can manipulate the corners to reshape it. Now this has gone into something called metaform, which is tab, the tab key on the keyboard. So now we've totally rounded everything off, got away from that box form. It's taken much more of a, you look at it, it looks like the butt end of a bull. So you've got 2 horns sticking out. And it's smoothed everything off. So it's taken out that boxy area. Now you can pick up on points in this area. It's been smoothed, metaform, where the lines meet, crossover, these can be pulled upon. I like to class these points as somewhat like spiral lines, which is the wire shade view. So you can have many different views to help you, to assist you in movements. So as you can see, it's taken on a nice smooth form, gone from a box, and all those points can be adjusted. Careful precision, you can pull on the points one by one. You're starting to get into. You don't want to go too extreme. Just pull things around and have fun. So it's like working with clay. You can go in. Now we're kind of getting out of that box shape. There. All the areas. It's kind of almost like a ghosting effect. Points there. Now you can highlight an area and do the same kind of thing. In that state, I've clicked on and highlighted 2 areas. If you click on one box too many, you can always click on it again and dehighlight it. Now you've got 2 highlighted areas, which is kind of this is a fast approach. Using that same form here and now, still in metaform, you can start to stretch it out. You can use 2 things. There's also something called a bevel tool. Right here, for instance, I'm highlighting. So you can click and highlight on polygon areas and move them around on a square polygon basis. Then you can highlight the area of that polygon. If you squared it off, spun it around, you can highlight and pick off the points. You're working off points. But to extrude, you use a polygon. Now what I've done, I've taken a knife tool. In your toolkit, I've taken a knife tool and I've cut a cross section, as you can see in the blue area there, in the wireframe preview. Now I can spin it around. Now I've cross sectioned the whole thing off. Stretching it out. Extend that other area. In your different views, you can move it around. The best positions that suits you. I'm stretching it out just to show as an example. And when it becomes too stretched and you need to cross section it, you can use your something called, which is a very powerful tool, is the knife tool. So you can cut a cross section, which is in the upper left. I'm slicing it through piece by piece. So you can cross section, you can have it offset. If you're doing, it's ideal for tree branches, or in my case, which I'll get to at the end of the demonstration here, is I came in handy, very handy for something called reindeer antlers. As it's split here, something is coming to mind which I can show you as a little bit of a surprise of what I was working on at the time. So if you think of reindeer antlers, trees, also splits for things like fingers that you'll be working on. As a hand demonstration, I'd like to show you in a future demonstration. So I've subdivided it there. Rotating around. Now we've got outside of that, just that simple basic box form. Polygons. You can highlight, click on it, highlight it, and stretch it up. Now that's what we would be looking at in programs like LIGHTWAVE and Soft Image back then in the 90s. All those computer artists were using wireframe previews, which is you couldn't see what was in front, what was behind. We're talking things like making Jurassic Park dinosaurs, the Terminator, T-Rex. Now I've moved on to smooth shading, so it gives you an idea of that organic form. All those wireframes I class as my spiral lines that disappeared. Move on to smooth shade, you get much more detailed structure. The light blue areas can also be manipulated, but it's much easier to go into wire shade mode. I hope I've given you a little insight there, and thanks for watching. Oh, and I hope you enjoyed the moving samples at the end of this video. It's the shape of things to come.